tonight. It was great seeing you. It was great seeing you last night, and it's great seeing you here this evening. And I want to see you, please, out there on Tuesday morning, and bring a couple people with you, because this is the 6th anniversary of Black Ops carrying out that attack. And as sad as the murders were, and as painful as all of the sick rescue workers are, the good news in all of this is it's shown us just how evil the authority figures in our lives are. And I know earlier in one of the speeches with some of the musicians, they eloquently spoke, one of them in particular, about authority figures. And he used the analogy of the Catholic priest that people trust up there and thought could never do anything wrong. And that's where the corruption was rampant and out of control. And it's the same thing with government. You get secrecy, and then you combine with that power, and it's going to be corrupted overnight. But the New World Order, when they set the CIA up out of the OSS in 1947, the National Security Act was set up by evil people to literally legalize everything they were going to do in the future. And we are now multi-generations into the greatest evil ever known in history. These are the people who are carrying the torch for those that built Hitler, literally, those that built Stalin. These are the individuals who revel in killing us and enslaving us, and they love the fact that we're ignorant. They love the fact that we buy their fraud and their lies, and now they're getting upset, and I see fear in their eyes because they know they've reached too far, they've gone too far. Both political parties now have approval ratings in the lower teen digits. 12 to 14%. In the past, one party would be in favor, one party would be out. They could fool us, double team us. That paradigm's shattered, criminals! And one of the big tools they had left in their arsenal, 9/11 was a desperation move. One of the tools they had left was false flag terror. And instead of just bombing Oklahoma City or planting some bombs in the World Trade Center the first time like they did, and provocateur, they said, we'll give them a big Hollywood spectacular with 3 buildings blowing up. We'll give them the Pentagon hit. And now their spectacular has blown up in their face. And just think about how incredible it is. Depending on which poll you look at, they're all above 50%, right up into the low 80s of the American people say that they believe there's been a cover-up of what really happened on 9/11, and a majority of that majority believes and knows it's an inside job. We've already won the info war! And I want you to realize how historical this is, that you came here from Australia and Canada and Texas and Minnesota and New Jersey and right here in New York City and Manhattan, and you're standing firm in history's eyes, telling the truth against a bunch of murdering criminals and letting them know they will be brought to justice. The majority of Americans in every poll now know it's an inside job, or at least want a new investigation. Imagine what it'll be in 2, 3, 4 more years. They told us 6 years ago. It'll be 6 years coming up in just 2 days. They told us years ago that the world had changed. 9/11 would be remembered forever. It was going to be the catalyst for a new world order and all these wars and losing our freedoms and the biggest event in history. Now they're telling us, forget about it. Don't talk about it. Now they're not wanting to do a bunch of TV specials. They're easing off their propaganda because they know it's backfired on them. Ladies and gentlemen, before 9/11 happened, call the White House, call Congress, tell them don't blow up the World Trade Center towers as a pretext to launch World War III. Don't blame it on your CIA asset, Osama bin Laden. And I said, if people took action then, and if we exposed government-sponsored terror as their prime mode of control, that we could then stop government-sponsored terror. Enough people didn't listen then. But now, enough people are starting to listen, and now terms like false flag, inside job, false inflicted wound, government-sponsored terror are in the lexicon. They're in the semantics. They're in the language now. They are popularized. They're in songs. They're in movies. They're in the culture. Everybody's waking up, and we're seeing live. Because make no mistake, if you, here today, and millions of others across the planet, hadn't exposed government-sponsored terror, they would have already carried out bigger events. We are literally fighting for our lives, our futures, our liberty, our children, everything right now. And for the lives of those, they would have already killed in more false flag events. Again, I salute you. God bless